Hello viewers and welcome to part 28 of the Latics. And obviously, as you know, it hasn't really been many games before the last time we saw each other, which you can see here. Charlton and Colchester, 2 draws, which we were sort of quite happy with at the time. And, we just got to build up on that, and we did. And we, ended up getting a great 4-0 win against Walsall, which is exactly what we need. The only thing that's worrying me, and I'm getting, it is worrying me a little bit, is the fact that our attendance is quite low. We're not even filling half the stadium, and in terms of finances, etc. Obviously, the more you pack out your stadium, the more money you get, and I think that needs to be worked on. But I've been looking at the finances, and the projection here, we're actually going to be in the black, if I'm honest. So I'm quite happy with that. That's been one of the things I've had to try and focus on the most is making sure that we've got enough money in the season. In the club to make sure that we are doing it. Our finances are okay. Estimated value is not too bad for the team that we're in, and the league that we're in. So we just got to hope that as we progress through certain leagues, we'll start to get more fans in, which would be really, really good for us. Right. So today we are playing Blackpool first, and then Fleetwood. So if we have a look at the team for Blackpool, we've got Macaulay up front. Meyer and Paul Steinson, Gribbin in the attacking midfield, Theo and Glendon in centre midfield, Pearson outside 2-2 on the wing backs, and then Pierre and Iacoviti in defence with O'Hara and goal. And this is the team I used last match against Walsall with the 4-0 win. So hopefully we can, recreate some of that, moments of brilliance. We did look really, really good. I've played Walsall in the past, and they've been looked a little bit stronger than us, but we've really, really improved so much in the last few seasons, and I'm really, really happy about that. And a lot of the players, we've got quite a lot of loanees, and all that, which helps the team and helps in terms of the finances. But the team itself has just gelled in really well, and I think as the years go on, if we start to keep a core group of players, things are going to be good. It's still that defence that needs a lot of work on in terms of actually getting our own players in. The entire defence is basically loanees, apart from Iacoviti. And we've just got to focus on, getting that team together. Right, here we are. We're in the white and they're in the orange. We're away from home today, so it could be a little bit of a tricky match. But we've got the first set piece, and it's Gribbin who takes the shot and actually, does test the keeper, which is good. That's what we need to make sure we're doing all the time. We're testing that keeper. Gribbin again into Theo, and this seems to be my my tactic for corners is actually pass it to the near player, the nearest man. I mean, we're 8 points ahead of Sheffield Wednesday, and if they make any hiccups or if they start to lose a game, etc., that could be even more. I do want us to get back to that 12-point gap because it'd be great if we could be champions of the league and for them 4 games. Whoa, it was fortunate. But I think O'Hara had it covered, and O'Hara himself actually is becoming potentially the best keeper for the club at the ever in terms of clean sheets. Pearce throws the ball in but doesn't really find anyone at all. Now Blackpool on the break with Chapman finding some space, but Iacoviti gets the lovely tackle, but not to anyone really. Boller now on the ball with Chapman coming with strength against us, and O'Hara does enough just to save it there. And it always worries me when they get in that position because the amount of goals that we've let in from that, people shooting from that distance has been ridiculous. But we just got to make sure we close down players, and that's something I need to work on in terms of tactics and defending. Is actually closing down players and make sure we're getting into the players. We're not giving them enough space to shoot. But, I mean, the first half hasn't been exactly that exciting. Right, we've got another free over the corner. Glendon into Pearce. Pearce, can he find somebody? He finds Iacoviti, but can't actually turn it in on goal. We had plenty of room there to take a shot, but unfortunately wasn't able to capitalise on that. And half time, 0-0. It's not the worst at the moment. We are away from home, but we've got to make sure we don't fall into the pit of drawing. Last episode we drew 2 games. We should have probably won one of them at least. Colchester, we should have beaten them. Charlton, not. They've got quite a good squad, but we still should have beaten them. We should, the way we are and the way we've been playing recently, we should be having that, momentum to carry us on forward. But it doesn't look like anything's going to possibly come from the game at the moment. So I think we're going to make up a change. Macaulay isn't playing particularly well, and I haven't got Wilson on the bench. I think he's still injured, which is very, very unfortunate. I haven't got any other strikers, so should we go on Durnley? I think he's the only option we've got for the moment, and we'll keep on. We'll keep everyone else on the same. Glenn Macaulay has been our top striker in the league so far with 14 goals. Doesn't seem like a lot, but when you think about how many goals we scored this season, if we have the glace, we've scored 68 goals so far, which is really, really impressive, and not letting as many. Blackpool now on the ball with Virtue to Guy. Guy takes a shot, and I thought that was about to bend in then. But Gillingham are taking the lead against Sheffield Wednesday, which is quite nice actually, because now we're on the attack. Can we try to capitalise from this and end up getting a few more points ahead of Sheffield Wednesday? Our side 2-2 takes, I think it was trying to do a cross then, but ends up getting a bit of a rebound. Gribbin now, is he going to get to Theo? I think that might be optional. Is he going to cross it in? They've got a man marking Theo, which is sort of confusing the game a little bit. Gribbin into Theo. Theo takes his cross and nothing happens from it, and they're going to do the same thing again here. They're going to mark our man. Gribbin, you got to cross it in. He's waiting for Theo, but Theo's marked. This could be a while. This could take a bit of time. Theo into offside 2-2. Can offside 2-2 get some in? It doesn't manage to get it into the box at the moment. Glendon to Iacovitti. Pierre. And that's the end of that highlight. Can we have one more chance? Just bring on some fresher players. Oh, goodness, that's happened. Bring on some fresher players. Shall we bring on... I don't know what to bring on. It is a little bit tricky. We'll bring on McCormick for Glendon. He's been playing quite well. And Nepo coming on. Just to, give it a bit more of a push into that final few yards. But I don't think anything's going to come from it. I think it's going to be 0-0 game. And unfortunately, that's not the best of starts to the episode that I would have wanted. Especially as I think Sheffield Wednesday, they've lost against Gillingham. I mean, it means that we get 9 points ahead of them instead of 8, which is 3 games. But, we could have really taken our chance then and maybe pushed them to 11 points ahead of them. But that's the thing. This is what's going to be so exciting about this series. We don't know what's going to happen. You saw at the end of the last season the drama that happened. The Latics dramatics literally happened. It was all going on, and I'm hoping that we've learned from last year, and we can think, okay, we're a better team, we're stronger, but we can push on from this. But if you look at the form, I mean, that's not exactly the greatest. Right, so we're going to come back now for the Fleetwood game. So I'll just see you in a second. Okay, viewers, nothing's changed in terms of the team from last game. We've still got the same side up. McCauley up front, O'Meara poor sides on the wing, Gribbin in the attacking midfield. You know the team. This is it. So, I'm not going to change anything really. The team itself is pretty decent. I might actually just squeeze James Wilson on somewhere here. That's the thing. Let's put James Wilson up front, and then we'll put... this is where it gets a little tricky. I'll put Nepo over here. Right, we'll go for that. We'll go for that team. So there's a bit of a change. James Wilson and Nepo have come onto the pitch, and hopefully they can maybe make the difference. We need something. We need a little bit of class at the moment. We need someone to be able to do something else for the club, do something for the team, and bring a little bit of magic to it. So, right, here we are. Okay, so they've got a pretty decent team. We've got Wheeler as well. David Wheeler, pretty good player. Really good, really nice player. Right, okay, so let's go for this. Let's see if we can get a game. I mean, what they've won. They're in good form, this lot. They're in very good form. So, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Very good form at the moment, and we need to counteract that form with our position in the league. That's what we've got to do. We've got to show them that they're not going to walk over us. We're gonna stamp on them. They're here 13th in the league. Both teams are playing today. They're actually sort of mid-table, aren't they? Really, I didn't realise that. Come on, let's go. Nothing happening for the first 16 minutes, which is quite boring. Which I was expecting something more. Right, Fleetwood are on the ball, and this is where it's gonna get a bit crazy. Wheeler into Sowerby to Martin on that wing. He's got plenty of space. Oh, thank God. I thought his name was El Neni then. I thought it was El Neni, the Arsenal player. Does he still play for Arsenal, El Neni? Not entirely sure. Wheeler tries to head it down to Elneny, whatever, and doesn't manage to get anything from it. Martin throws the ball down to Harper, but Pearce gets the ball away. Pierre now heads it towards Nepo. Pearce on the ball. Glendon back to Pearce. Into Nepo. Can Nepo start to make a run down this wing? We'd known him to be quite good at doing that, but unfortunately Theo gets dispossessed. Can he get it back? Not quite yet. And now Wheeler's down on that wing. Plenty of space to move. Sowerby into Pujamal. Into Wheeler. And Wheeler's just taking a shot, and O'Hara's done a fantastic save there. He's really, really paid his due there. I mean, I was just looking at the scouting report, and actually, he's, in terms of his ability, he's actually gone down ability back to a sort of a good League Two keeper. I think he's well suited for this league at the moment. In terms of if we do go up, I mean, that probably will be an area I have to look at, is the goalkeeper, because I don't think O'Hara's good enough for the Championship. I mean, he's a good player, he's a fantastic player, and he's done us a really good service, but in terms of the actual Championship, I'm not entirely sure he's going to be good enough. Glendon, can he cross it in and find someone? Not quite yet. Pierre into Nepo, but Nepo gets taken down in the box, and it's a penalty for Oldham, and this could be the exciting moment we've been looking for. Right, come on. Gribbin, get the first goal of the episode. Takes a shot and he's done it. Yes, fantastic, lad. Well done, you. 14th goal of the season. He's one of the players that I need to try and keep for next season. He's really well-rounded lad. He's doing really, really well. Unfortunately, he hasn't been getting as many goals as he did at the start of the season after his injury and his suspensions. He's come back and not been able to make too much of an impact. Hunter. Omaya's just taken that away. Now, can we make a break? Come on, boys. Let's see what we can do. Right, Omaya's now on the wing, but gets dispossessed by Hunter, unfortunately. Now, can we manage to get it back, or is this going to be a Fleetwood attack? And it's going to go, it's been taken, and it's a shot. Pujamal? He's taken a goal, and it's his first goal of the season. I think he's a midfielder, and he's taken that really, really well. I thought that when we tackled Hunter in the first place, I thought it was going to be a bang-on highlight for us, but he's just taken a shot, and he's found the gap, and there's no saving that for O'Hara, unfortunately. He's going to have to do make loads of effort to get to that point. Okay, and 1-1 at half time. I mean, them getting a goal straight after us getting the penalty isn't exactly the moment we wanted, but we've got to keep on going. We've got to see what we can do. Let's try and make a bit more of an aggressive push now. We are dominating in possession. We're getting plenty of shots on, in there, and maybe not on as many on target as we want to. But, I think at the second half of the season, it's the same as what's happened last year. We sort of slowed down a bit. We're not, performing as well as we could have done. Right, okay, so I think Carlton Morris is going to have to come on. He's miserable so-and-so at the moment, but, he's better than nothing. And I'm going to bring on Nolan as well, just as someone in the back to, help out. And with 20 minutes to go, we've still got some time. We've still got some time going on. I think we're going to change the attack tactic to attack tactic, the more attacking version of the sort of a similar tactic, and see if we can get through this. Sheffield Wednesday are winning at the moment, and here we are. They've got the chance, and Fleetwood, don't manage to take that chance. Like I said, Sheffield Wednesday are beating Luton 3-1, and which is closing the gap down to 7 points. We can't keep on getting these draws. Gribbin, can he find someone there? Long gets the ball out, and Theo's there on the edge of the box. Finds Nolan. Nolan, can something happen from this? I'm not quite convinced. We don't look too strong in a really attacking position at the moment. Glendon back to Nolan. Glendon to Amaya. Can Amaya take a shot? He's going to find some space, and Nepo just gets dispossessed there, and that's the end of the game. Unfortunately, in another draw. That's the fourth draw in a row we've had so far in this on this series. In the last 2 episodes. I do apologise for the lack of excitement that's happening at the moment, but I think we're just saving it for the end of the season because that's what we like to do. The Latics Dramatics keeping that name going. I was saying far from pleased with that because we should be beating them. We should be beating teams, and it's the same I think happened last season. We get to the point where we start to do really, really well. We did fantastic at the start of the season, unbeaten from pretty much August time, the end of August, all the way through till this December, January time, and now we're sort of just getting so many draws. I think, in the last few months. In the last 5 games, we've got 5 draws, and that's not good for me because we need to be, pushing forward. Right, okay, so we're going to come back now, and I've had to think about this. We're not going to see any games in March. We're going to come back for, I think, Bradford Doncaster, for episode 29. And then we're going to come back for the episode 30 of Coventry and Scunthorpe. Remember, this is going to happen tomorrow. There'll be 2 episodes. Keep your eyes out on Twitter, and if you subscribe, put your notifications on, because this could get really, really interesting. This will probably, could be promotion, could be champions, could be back in the playoff again. We don't know. I mean, if we have to look at the league, we're 11 points ahead of the playoffs, so we've got a bit of breathing room. But in terms of how we're going so far, I don't know how it's going to end up. So please keep an eye on for that. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please give a massive like. And if you want to support the channel, please subscribe down below. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. See you later. Goodbye.